All right. Corey, can we please have a one-word prompt?
Tar.
R?
Tar.
Car.
No. Tar with a T.
Tar.
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 All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
We haven't covered that movie, have we? Have you seen that, Ken? The movie
Tar?
Tar?
Oh, the like orchestral
Yeah.
one?
Conductor.
I've not seen it.
It's good. It's one of those ones where like I liked it but couldn't tell you why.
Okay.
It's kind of a slow burn, but I like the ending. The character is fascinating.
Is it long?
Probably.
I guess it's saying yes. Hold on a second. Hey, welcome to the Overtalking Podcast with your hosts, Ken and CJ. Say hi, CJ.
Hi, CJ.
This is the show where we talk over TV shows and movies as chosen by our guests. And this week we watched Kubo and the Two Strings, now on Netflix.
Okay, actually, speaking of conductors, the other night, Emily and I went and saw the Chicago Symphony Orchestra.
Oh,
but
wow.
not only them, they played along with Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Oh, cool. What?
So we got to watch the movie with the live orchestra playing the soundtrack.
Could you?
Dope.
Yeah.
Could you still hear like the voices? How did that
Yeah.
work?
No, it was great. It was perfect. Also, I'd
Wow.
never seen that movie before, so a very cool first-time
didn't
viewing
either.
experience.
Wow, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. It was, they blended in so well that at certain points you almost forgot they were there, except then when like action would happen and the crescendo would pick up and you're like, oh, whoa, this is cool.
You can actually feel it. And-
Yeah.
Wow.
It was awesome.
Cool.
And highly recommend that movie. I loved it.
Okay. Did they find the dragon?
They did.
Okay, that's good.
There's no dragon.
Well,
It's in
it's
somewhere.
hiding.
There's not.
What? Come on. This week we have returning guest Corey Drennon. Welcome back.
Hi, CJ.
Hi.
What's up? Happy to be back with another children's film.
That's right.
Not a musical this time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That was a question I sort of had in the back of my head of, Corey, do you watch PG-13 movies or R movies ever? Or is this...
Not allowed.
I've seen Tar with Kate Blanchett.
Okay. What did
Okay.
you think?
I liked it. I liked that it's not straightforward. I like main characters that are flawed and complicated.
Yeah.
I think movies don't do that enough.
Complicated for sure is a good word to describe her.
Yeah. And like you can also have main characters that are kind of shitty.
Yeah.
I think you can do that. But yeah, I liked it. I don't know if I'd watch it again. It is kind of a slog,
Okay.
Yeah.
but it's worth watching for sure.
Worth
Okay.
watching, not a rewatch needed. Yeah, I don't think you're going to get anything out of it the second time that you didn't the first time.
Yeah. I haven't seen that tiger movie you were just mentioning.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Crouching Tiger. Yeah, I hadn't heard it until you mentioned it just now. But I
Oh.
have heard of that like live concert thing. They do it with Lord of the Rings. I think they did something with Avatar: The Last Airbender too. It's very cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. I will say though, the Symphony Center, not great seats. Very,
Oh no.
very, very small and not comfortable. So luckily there was an intermission, but right before that intermission came on, I like lost feeling in my left butt cheek. It
That's
was
like the whole
very hard.
thing.
That's
Yeah.
the
You're
most
going to
important butt
sit.
cheek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty tight seats and yeah, not made for tall people. They have like a metal railing in front of each row, which is kind of nice that you have something to like hold on to as you're getting to your seat because it feels very like Emily was experiencing kind of vertigo just looking down over everything.
Oh wow.
But where the metal pole was exactly like in front of my seat, so my left knee was like hitting the pole
Wow.
the whole time.
Left knee, right butt cheek.
Yeah, I was a mess,
It was a mess.
but
All out
still
of
worth it. It was
alignment.
awesome.
Cool.
Speaking
Nice.
of missing body parts,
Oh, that is a great transition, Corey. Thank
Doing
you.
Ken's job.
Yes. We'll be talking about Kubo and the Two Strings and more coming up on the Overtalking Podcast.
If you must blink, do it now. Pay careful attention to everything you see, no matter how unusual it may seem. If you look away, even for an instant, then our hero will surely perish.
And we're back on the Overtalking Podcast, joined once again by returning guest Corey Drennon, and we're talking about Kubo and the Two Strings. Corey, we're going to put... That's right. Corey, we're going to put 30 seconds on the clock for you to describe for someone who's not yet seen Kubo and the Two Strings without spoilers, because there are like significant twists in this movie.
I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad you said no spoilers. Okay, cool.
Okay, on the sound of the horn, ready?
Yeah. Kubo and the Two Strings is a movie about a little boy named Kubo. It's set in Japan, and I wouldn't say like ancient Japan. I want to say like feudal Japan, but I feel like that's the wrong time era. But it's old Japan, and it's just him and his mom, and he plays an instrument that I looked the name up before this, and it makes paper things fly. And he's on a mission to find his dad's missing armor, his dead dad's missing armor.
Time.
Yeah, I mean, you got most of it. I mean,
What?
I think you're. I don't know. I did specifically say without spoilers, so it's tough to talk about it without that. But
yeah. Oh, I should have mentioned the animation style. It's a beautiful blend of stop motion and animation.
Lots of
gorgeous.
Right. Yeah, and usually, sometimes this animation style puts me to sleep, but I've been sleeping great lately. But it wasn't always the case. See, I've been talking to you about this, but I wasn't sleeping great, and I was having trouble focusing at work. But then, you and I discovered Magic Mind.
That's right.
That's right. And all month of January, Magic Mind's been kind of talking about this concept of mental wealth. We talked about it last episode, but the 5 pillars of mental wealth are sleep, diet, exercise, stress management, and exogenous compounds. And the idea is kind of thinking about it in a way of recharging, right? You recharge when you sleep, and then you expend some of that energy when you are, trying to focus the next day. So sleep is a big part of that for me. And now Magic Mind is offering not just their energy shots, but they also have their sleep shots. And for the first time, they have a 24 hours pack that has both these sleep and focus shots.
And how can they get those fine shots, Ken?
Well, you know how they can do it? They can go to magicmind.com/overtalkingpodjan. That's overtalkingpodjan for January. And when they do, and they use that code, they get 45% off of their Magic Mind bundle with our link.
That's a lot.
That sure is, Siege. And we really, really like Magic Mind. We have been drinking it for quite a while now. And I love taking it in the morning. It helps me focus throughout the day. And now their sleep shots are helping me sleep at night as well.
And as a friendly reminder, they donate 5 cents for every bottle sold to mental health charities that help U.S. homeless communities, which is very cool and nice of them.
Yeah, absolutely. We love Magic Mind. We think you will too. So yeah, don't forget to go to magicmind.com/overtalkingpodjan and use overtalkingpodjan at checkout to get your 45% off their Magic Mind bundle.
And hey, speaking of magic things, Kubo plays a magical shamisen. Definitely know how to pronounce that.
That's what it's called?
Japanese is very like as it sounds.
Shamisen.
Shamisen?
Shamisen. Shamisen. The two-string
probably
instrument.
shamisen. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure shamisen.
Okay. Yeah, that's the interesting one. Like the pick, I feel like is the most distinctive part of that instrument. It's like this huge thing.
Like plastic fan kind of thing.
Yeah.
Notably, it has 3 strings.
It does have 3 strings.
It does have
Do you all know what the 2 strings are?
Yeah, I know what the 2 strings are. I was very
like note-wise, like what they're tuned to. What do you mean?
No, what they're referring to in the title.
both.
Well, I know where the 3rd string comes in at the end of the movie, which I won't spoil, but
No, I think it has 3 strings the whole time. Does it?
It does have 3 strings the whole time.
Oh, and then it breaks.
Because that's what I noticed.
Yeah,
okay.
He breaks it to do a big spell at the end.
Yeah.
A big ba-boom.
Yeah. See, you didn't pick up on what the 2 strings are? I was thinking about this the whole movie, and I'm like, there's 3 fucking strings on this guitar thing.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Is it his mom and dad?
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, it was. Yeah,
symbolically.
Okay.
Symbolic. Yeah. We'll get to what they actually are in a second when we get to the spoilers section, because I don't want to get too far ahead.
What do you mean when you're saying what they actually are? I keep thinking you're asking like, oh, the one at the bottom is tuned to an A and the next one is tuned to a G. No. What do you mean?
Did you finish the movie?
Yes.
So I had something I was going to ask you guys was, do you watch these together? So I guess you did not.
No.
Not anymore.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like that keeps it like fresh perspective whenever you come in to talk about it.
Well, yeah, it helps give us like different
Mm-hmm.
perspectives. But also like we don't live near each other anymore, so it'll be a little difficult. Yeah. All right. Look, we're gonna spoil it now because
Yeah.
I find it very difficult to talk about this without spoilers.
Yeah, there's so much.
Fair warning, go watch it. It's on Netflix. It's an amazing stop motion film.
Yes.
Yay! A
Very
movie
That I didn't
Ken
realize
likes.
was actually stop motion until the very end of the movie where they show a clip of them actually having a giant puppet robot thing. It's
Yeah.
amazing. All right, spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Hit your pause button. Here it comes. Okay. And here we go. And here it comes. And I'm about to do it. And it's spoiled. And okay. Dad's not dead.
Dad's not dead. His dad's Matthew McConaughey.
Dad's Matthew McConaughey, which I also did not realize until the credits.
Oh,
You
really?
didn't hear it in his voice.
I didn't.
Yeah.
No, I watched it with my wife Meg, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I heard it the whole time." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Wow!" For some reason, I did not pick up on it at all.
I also, since Christmas was just over, I watch a lot of like Christmas rom-coms, and he's in a lot of those. So I think I was more tuned to his cadence.
But yeah, so Siege at the end, the guitar strings, whatever. I'm going to say guitar strings break,
Fair.
and he pulls from his wrist. He had his mom's hair
Yeah.
that he strings up as one of the strings.
Mm-hmm.
He has his dad's bowstring that he strings up as the second string, and then he plucks his own hair as the third one. So it is literally Kubo and the 2 strings, which
And
are
the
his 2
two
parents.
strings. Yeah.
Yeah,
Kubo and his mom and dad.
yeah.
Got it.
It's so cute. It's so
It
nice.
is. It's very touching. Also,
Yeah.
I didn't look up the cast, but whoever voices the mom's sisters, the like evil sisters, is
Mm.
that the same person who voices the mother in Coraline? Because they sounded very similar. I know they also kind of look the same. That's also stop motion, but
I still have not seen Coraline. And I know it was just
Same.
like re-released in theaters like this past year.
Hey,
But I
next
wanted to go
time.
see it then because I was like, oh, but it'd be perfect, and I still haven't seen it.
Have you read it?
No.
Ken's not
It's
a
a book?
reader.
It started as a Neil Gaiman book.
Love
Neil
him.
Gaiman? I
Yeah,
did
he
not know
wrote it
that.
for his daughter. Yeah.
Very cute.
Yeah. He wrote it for his daughter based off of a house they were living in at the time.
Wow.
Also, very good movie. Anyways, we'll go watch that sometime, Ken, and then let me know.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's by the same company, right?
Oh,
I
is
believe the
it?
same company did the stop motion for both movies.
I do love a stop motion film.
Based on my research.
Mhm.
Me too. Was very impressed by the stop motion of this
Yeah,
one.
incredible. How
I'm
the hell?
a sucker for stop motion as well. I think it like already gets points just by choosing that medium alone. With
Totally.
me.
When did it come out? Was it like 2017,
2016.
2018? 2016. Yeah. So pretty modern stop motion. I thought it was cool. And I didn't think the animation was heavy-handed or like it didn't take away from the beauty of the film, which is also it's just gorgeous. Have you guys
Yeah.
played Ghost of Tsushima on PS5?
Nope.
No. I do know what that is, though.
Some of the art reminded me of that.
That makes sense. Same kind of Japanese
Japanese
style, right?
samurai.
Yeah.
I haven't played it either, but I've watched it be played.
I've seen a speed run of it on Games Done Quick, and that's my
Nice.
full exposure to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, getting back to the stop motion stuff, I was reading some of the trivia that I couldn't work into questions for whatever reason, but like, it's insane how they did this. Like,
Yeah.
I don't genuinely understand how it makes any sort of sense for someone to take the time to do an entire movie stop motion. Because, like, the boat, right? It's made of like a bunch of leaves. Apparently, the literal boat that they made had like 500,000 individual leaves that were
Oh my
hand placed
God.
on it.
Wow.
And
Sheesh.
I just don't understand. Like, it must have taken forever to make this movie.
Yeah. And I know that's a magic boat, but it was making me so nervous the whole time because I was like, it's on water. It's going to collapse. I know it was held together with magic, but it was making me so nervous. Also, something I think the movie does well is build tension. Like in the very beginning, when the mom is like crawling towards Kubo, I'm like, I don't know. I really don't know if she's going to make it. It like instantly had me invested. And like, I don't know, I've seen movies with sad openings with babies and moms, but I don't know, this one really kind of like pulled me in. And it was kind of violent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, getting
Yeah.
back to that boat, there were like that fight scene on the boat was also kind of pretty intense. I remember at
Yeah.
one point she like lost the sword, the monkey mom lost the sword, and she was trying to get it back, and she kept like just missing it, and And yeah, she got literally like
a chunk.
chonked,
And they show it.
out.
Yeah.
She got her ribs chonked out.
Got her ribs chonked. Oh man.
Yeah, the boat. I also I did not like nitpick this part, but I was like, leaves when they're wet, they're not gonna. That's not how that. I've raked wet leaves before. This is just a pile of goop.
Magic.
Yeah, I know magic.
Leaves.
Yeah.
What did you guys think about the use of magic in general, in terms of like what the power does, when the magic is used versus like when they're just like
I thought it was really interesting. I mean, this whole movie I thought was really interesting how they were able to unfold the like explanations of what's going on, and like in the instance of the magic, like how it works and why Kubo even has it and why his mom has it. And because like right at the very beginning, like you see the mom use this guitar to break a wave, and then you see Kubo grown up and he's putting on a little puppet show with magic paper, and but you don't know what's going on at all. And it does a great job of really spreading out the narrative of why the magic is the way it is. So I really liked it.
Yeah, super fun to make the little like origami dance around and tell the story. Like that's way more fun too than like a flashback sequence where it's like him narrating and and we see the actual warrior fight. It was way more silly and like fun to have little paper puppets dance around and tell it that way.
Exactly.
Totally. And I feel like as a whole, it makes it like the logic of the world really makes sense to me. Like in the end, the final boss fight, I'm like, a kid would get his ass whooped, and they let him get his ass whooped. And I feel like a lot of times, especially in children's films, they don't really let that happen. I thought it was really cool in that way.
Yeah, I was never once like, oh, that goes against the rules they've set up for the movie. Like it all made sense and kept within that.
Right.
Very fun.
What was your favorite reveal? And I'll think of what mine was.
That Kubo was voiced by Rickon Stark from Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Just
what?
kidding. That's not. I mean, that's real, but that's not what you're asking.
I'll admit, I did not see that the beetle was going to be his dad. That was a true reveal.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah.
The beetle and the monkey romance was interesting.
Yeah, that was. I thought maybe towards the end they would like find his dad or something. There would be some sort of like father reveal, but I did not think it was going to be the beetle dude.
Yeah, and the little paper mache was a good little red herring because I was like, oh, that's the spirit of his dad.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, what was causing the paper mache thing to go on its own then?
Kubo's powers.
I guess just the magic. Yeah.
The subconscious magic of his mind.
All right.
Yeah, because I guess he said that like when his mom dreams, it does the same thing, but it's just gone by morning or whatever. Yeah. So I guess.
What was your favorite reveal, Corey?
I don't think it's so much of a twist, but I liked how they like set up and like revealed Kubo's grandfather. I liked the reason like why he wanted his grandson. I liked the reason why he took his eye. And I liked the reveal of like meeting him and seeing that scene play out. So not like a twist, but I do like, so maybe not an answer to the question, but I do like what they did with his character. Because in the beginning, I haven't seen this movie since 2018. So in the beginning, I was like, oh, his grandfather stole his eye? That's messed up. Why did he do that?
Yeah.
So finding out why, I thought I was like, yeah.
And
like
since we already spoiled the ending, I did appreciate that the ending isn't like he killed his grandpa.
Right.
Like he didn't like defeat him in battle and that was how it ended. It's like, oh no, he gets kind of a second chance at life.
Yeah.
And like,
I mean, he gives him an eye basically.
Yeah.
Because he was blind before. Very poetic. Really liked it.
Yeah, it was. It kind of reminded me of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Have you guys seen that?
Mm-hmm. Love it. Yeah.
So it reminded me of the ending of that a little bit.
Yeah, you're right.
What do you guys think about the new Avatar movies? You've been watching those? The Way of Water?
Veneer's grandma. Have you guys heard about Veneer's grandma in the new Avatar? I haven't watched it, but I've watched the clip of. So they have this like old woman give the exposition in the new Avatar movie, and basically she just like reads out the script of the title sequence in the original series, which is cool. But his grandma has just like these brilliantly white, like very even, does not match with her age at all, teeth, and does not match with the setting. So that's what she became known as.
Okay, I think CJ is talking about one thing. I think you're talking about the live action Netflix series.
Oh, do you mean the M. Night Shyamalan Avatar?
Still no. I
James
think
Cameron.
CJ's talking about the Blue People one.
Yeah.
I don't think CJ's actually watched all of Avatar before.
The cartoon, no.
No,
Brilliant.
okay. I did watch part of the live action Avatar, and it was very bad. And I did not finish it because it was so bad.
There's no Veneer's grandma in the James Cameron Avatar.
Not that I can think of, no. There should be.
I've only seen the original.
I've only seen the original as well.
I saw it one time, and that was it.
People keep raving about the newer ones, and I watch them, and I'm like, I don't get it. It's the
Newer
same exact-
ones?
There's only
Plural?
ones, right?
I'm still talking about the Blue People, the newer
Yeah.
ones.
There is only one though, right? I thought there was only one sequel.
the newer one, yeah, the way of
Oh,
water
okay.
or whatever.
Okay.
You said it plurally initially, so
Oh.
that's why we were confused.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
he
there's going to
snuck
be
another
like
one
2
out
more
there.
or something.
There
but
are
yeah.
going to be a couple more. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
wild.
I watched the water one, and it's very long, and
Oh.
it literally seems like the exact same movie as the first one, except they're in water now. Like that's it.
Speaking of the water one, January 8th, 2025 is the date in Pacific Rim where they have the Hong Kong fight. I don't know if you guys celebrated
Oh,
that on
no,
your
we did not
calendars recently.
celebrate.
Oh, we missed it.
it.
Oh no!
Shoot.
I sent it to Freddie.
Nice.
Still got to watch the second one. I am so down.
Yeah, people want to check that out. Past episode with Freddie Powers covered Pacific Rim.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did love the
What else
eyeball. No, sorry, God.
No,
was
I don't
gonna
have
go back
anything.
to Kubo. I really like the eyeball monster. That was so cool. And I know that not a lot of time was spent there, but I just thought it was really cool.
I
It
did
was my
too.
favorite
When
monster.
they showed the eyes, and then specifically when you saw the mouth with the like rippling teeth,
Yeah.
literally said, "Oh, that's amazing!" out loud.
Yeah.
That was so frightening, but also like
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. The movie was kind of scary too. Like if I was a kid, it would have really
Yeah.
freaked me out.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
I know it's in the name of stop motion, but anytime motion was happening in the like wind or anything like that, it's so impressive to remember that
Yeah.
like somebody is moving that by hand.
Yeah. And they had a lot of like live background happening too. So they had, whatever. And then they were stop motioning stuff around it. It was incredible.
How was it all stop motion? How the hell did they do this?
Yeah, it showed in the credits that like behind the skull monster
There was
was
a
a green
green
screen.
screen.
So I assume
Yeah.
some of the backdrop is
Yeah. Part of it's animation.
animated.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like most movies like this. Like I would happily watch like a documentary just on the making of this movie.
Oh man, I loved the making of at the end of VHS tapes. I used to watch those all the time.
Or it was like included in part of the movie that you bought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't. I was listening to people talk about that too. Like, there's no commentaries anymore. You don't like get anything when you buy a movie. It's like just the movie. There's no extras. There's no nothing.
I mean, Blu-rays still have special features sometimes, but like if you get anything on streaming, is just the movie.
Yeah.
And then you
Sucks.
have like Max, where you actually it does have an extras section, and you click over to the extras, and it's just a different cut of the movie, with like
Right.
an extra minute or something. You're like, how is that? What? Why is that an extra? Why aren't you just
Extras.
defaulting to that one as the original? Why do I have to
a
go out of my
confusingly
way?
named different cut of
Yeah.
the same movie.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Way to go, Zaslav. Idiot.
Jesus. Well, I think it's time to get a little competitive. So it's time for... Hey, did you know that? That's right. For new listeners of the show, this is the trivia portion where we pit our guests and CJ head-to-head to see who knows the most about what we watched. Corey, CJ, are you two ready?
Ready. I do feel good that Corey said she only has seen it the one other time, so maybe I do stand a chance.
I haven't looked up anything except what the instrument was called, and I instantly forgot once we started recording. So we'll see.
All right. Well, at least for the first couple of questions, just whoever shouts out the correct answer first gets the point. So be ready. Look
Okay.
alive.
Okay.
Here we go. First question. Why wasn't Kubo able to communicate with his father during the initial lantern ceremony?
Because he's
his
still alive.
father wasn't dead.
Yeah.
CJ was able to say it more succinctly quickly, so I'll give CJ that point. Sorry.
We're both correct.
You're both correct, though. Yes.
But CJ was correct faster.
Yes.
It's all that magic mind.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
Ready to go.
No sleep that? Got that mental wealth going on. All right, here we go. Next question. This film features the world's largest stop-motion puppet. What was it?
The big skull
monster.
guy.
Yeah. That.
I will say that was the same time. You'll both get that point. Yeah, there's the skeleton guy.
Very cool in the credits that they showed the behind the scenes, and then like as they're leaving the room where he's in, they have the skeleton attack the human that's standing there.
Mm-hmm.
Very
That was
fun.
amazing. Incredible. Okay, how long did it take to shoot the boat sequence?
30 days.
Oh yeah, that's got to be. I'll say like 60 days, even longer.
CJ's closest,
Mm-hmm.
but for some reason, IMDb trivia says 19 months.
Oh, what?
What?
19 months?
For like 5 to 10 minutes of the movie?
Wow.
Well, I mean, there's the whole fight sequence on it. There's
The fishing.
the fish.
Oh, true. Yeah, they are
Yeah.
just kind of
portion.
hanging out for a bit.
Yeah, it's a big piece of the movie.
And the boat comes back together.
19 months.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I
And
know
that must
nothing.
include, like, creating all of the stuff and getting it to that point. But that's incredible.
Yeah, all that time spent creating that stuff. That's got to take forever.
Creating stuff, man. You never know
Takes
how long
time,
it's going to
yeah.
take. And the more vague the stuff, the longer. All right, here we go. Next question. True or false? This is the longest stop motion film ever made. You both can answer.
I'm going to say no.
I'm trying to think of any other stop motion besides like, oh wait, how long was Chicken Run? I'm going to say yes, just to have a different answer.
Yeah, Corey's correct. At least according to IMDb trivia, this is the longest stop motion film ever made, and I assume that means like wide released theatrical, because who knows? But it beats out Coraline by a single minute.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah. Okay. Next one's a true or false. Also, true or false? Kubo and the Three Strings is currently in production.
False.
I mean, I was trying to think of like the time that's passed, but if one scene took 19 months, then they could still be working on it.
It could be. I'm basing my answer off of the name that
Kubo and
Ken
the Three
gave.
Strings. That's a good. I'm gonna say true, just to be a
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, Corey's great. I just made that up.
I was like, it's a cool name. People don't name sequels cool enough things.
Yeah,
So I'm like, there's no way they would create like
but also they can't call it like Kubo and the Two Strings 2 that sounds too clunky.
Right. Kubo and the Three Strings. That's absolutely what they would call it.
Yeah.
Or would it be Tubo and the Two Strings?
No.
Or something like that.
Kubo.
His cousin or something.
Yeah, his cousin Tubo. No, this is definitely just a one-off. There's no potential for a sequel. All right. Well, believe it or not, it's tied up 3-3.
Ooh.
What?
Yep. So we're going to do a tiebreaker here. I'm going to say on the count of 3, you both say what your answer is. And the question is, what is the Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter score in percentage? Just closest. That's it. This is the critic score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay, is this out of 100?
Correct.
96.
Ken was going to count us down, but I'm going to say 90.
Well, believe it or not, Corey was still closest. So Corey's our winner. The correct answer is 97%.
97? Dang.
I almost said 97,
Wow.
and then I didn't.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Well played.
Thanks. I
Yeah.
thought when I got the first 3 wrong, I was like, there's no way.
You came back from
came back.
behind. That was incredible. Just for fun, what do you guys think the audience score is on Rotten Tomatoes?
Probably like mid to high 80s, 86.
I'm going to say 93.
CJ was looking off screen when he said 86, and that is the correct
There's-
answer.
That's my thinking face. You guys don't do that?
I do that. Yeah.
I'm Zach Braff from Scrubs. You just like look up to the left. You're like, huh.
Uh-huh. Yeah, 86 for audience, 97 for critics, though. Which
Wow.
is incredible.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. Well, I think that might be time for our ratings then.
R rating.
You've heard us debating. We know you've been waiting. So now it's time to hear our ratings.
Corey, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate Kubo and the Two Strings for you?
I would rate Kubo and the Two Strings 10 out of 10 samurai swords.
Wow.
I think it's a perfect 10.
Dang.
Okay.
I do.
You thought the critics were too low.
Yeah.
Giving it a 97.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Because like
movie.
what?
Perfect movie
Yeah,
for you.
you guys give yours, and then you tell me why it's not perfect.
Dang,
No,
challenge.
I'm not gonna do that. What did you get Peter Pan?
Oh, I think I gave it like a 6 or something. I gave it like lower than what you guys were expecting.
Did CJ tell you that made our worst stuff list for 2024?
One of the top 5 worst things we watched in 2024.
According to me and CJ's rating.
Yeah.
Notable.
According to
Notable.
our ratings.
Yeah, it's still
Noteworthy. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Noteworthy.
And yeah, just looked it up, Corey, you're correct. You gave it a 6. Ken and I gave it a 3.5, respectively.
Good. That's okay.
Well,
not everybody
keeping on
can
theme,
get it.
CJ, what would you rate this movie?
Yeah, sorry, we're idiots. We didn't quite get Peter Pan.
The highbrow. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to revisit it. I missed something. I guess should have been a
no.
higher score.
Do I believe in fairies? Do I?
Do I?
Do I?
Kubo and the Two Strings. For me, yeah, stop motion, so cool, so impressive, so visually just stunning. Never boring, great story, fun cast. Reveals happened that I did not see coming, like legitimately surprised, which is great. I honestly think even just like, I finished this yesterday, but just talking about it, I think I'm giving it a higher score than maybe I would have even just after finishing it, because I think it deserves some credit. There is some funny parts, great action sequences. Yeah, maybe an 8. I'm going to go with an 8.
Okay.
This is a good movie.
Okay.
Nice.
Ken.
Oh boy, maybe I should have gone second. Look, let's get real. This is a solid
Finally.
9.
Oh,
Solid
9.
I psyched you out.
Oh,
yeah, no,
Ken.
this is a very, very good movie. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Made me feel things that I didn't want to feel, but it was very, very good. Incredible movie. Like even knowing after the fact that like Matthew McConaughey was in it.
He's getting an extra
Con
point.
Stark was
And
the voice
Hal.
of Kubo. These fascinating facts that just came out of nowhere. Really. No, the stop motion is incredible.
Yeah.
What more can I say? I really, really want to look up on YouTube. There's got to be some behind the scenes stuff. If they spent freaking
Totally.
19 months on the boat scene,
Yeah.
Yeah.
sure someone took out their phone and filmed something. So,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I want to know more. And
I want to
will
know
more after
how
this.
long it took them just to make that post-credit scene. Like, it's
Yeah.
them filming in live time, but then they have the skeleton guy attack the human. That even that was probably
Yeah.
a couple
right.
days or something.
Yeah. The entire second term of the Obama administration. By the time it was over, so was the movie.
Does this movie make enough money to pay like what must be like thousands of employees like freaking years worth of salaries to make? Is this movie profitable? That's what I want to know.
That's a good question.
How much? What did this movie make? Like, how much? Hold on, I need to
Yeah.
know this.
I feel like if you're doing stop motion, you have to have a passion for it. But, they also do have to live. But do you think it's kind of like improv where it's like nobody does it for the money? Or that's not the first reason why they do it? Like they know what they're
Okay.
getting into.
All right, Kubo had a budget of $60 million,
Wow.
which all things considered,
That's kind of low, right?
that is kind of low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in North America, it grossed $48 million.
Oof.
And then additionally another 30 million worldwide, so 77 million on a 60 million budget.
Wow.
So it's barely profitable, but that's like almost still kind of flop territory.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Yikes. Huh.
But
Interesting.
now that you've done an episode on it, you're
we're
gonna
gonna
jack
Yeah,
those numbers
bump those
up.
numbers
Exactly.
up, baby.
Yeah.
Netflix is going to make bank, and Kubo's still going to
Thank
get
God.
really nothing. And
I don't have my own Netflix account, so I still have it on the TV, and every now and again I'll like log into the Netflix and it won't be like, hey, you're on a different Wi-Fi network. And it didn't do that this time. I was like, oh, thank God, I can still watch this movie for free.
It
the
won a
voice you just
BAFTA.
did, the voice you just did, I'm about to reference a TikTok that you guys probably don't know what I'm talking about, but there's this guy who prank calls like GameStops and Taco Bells, and then after like a minute of speaking to them like normally, he just says, put a girl on, like in a super weird voice, and he doesn't stop until they put a girl on, and then
That's not my
but
algorithm.
but they never do. I don't know, it's very strange. Yeah, that I don't know why that's in my algorithm. It's so weird.
Yeah. So
Frickin'
weird, right?
Instagram Reels, me searching for Put a Girl On.
Yeah.
Making that pop up for me. It won a BAFTA. Sorry, getting back on track.
Oh, back to what I said. Yeah, I won a BAFTA for Best Animated Film. Nominated for an Oscar for Best Animated Feature and Visual Effects. Also, I learned that the studio that made it, Laika, Laika, is owned by Nike co-founder Phil Knight. That seems weird to me.
Okay.
It's like his side passion project.
Yeah. Their films are Wildwood. I've never heard of that one. Missing Link, Box Trolls, Paranorman. I have heard of that one.
Oh, Paranorman, yeah.
And Coraline.
Okay.
Wow.
Gotcha.
Is that all? And like this?
That's at least all that's on their website.
And coming 2028, Kubo and the Three Strings.
That's right.
So, yeah, there's nothing like in the works right now. I would assume they're just like constantly cranking out stuff. Okay, Wildwood is Leica's latest thing. It's coming out this year.
Okay.
Oh.
The next animated feature film. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also based on a best-selling novel.
Oh.
The plot follows Prue McKeel and Curtis Mailberg as they attempt to save Prue's infant brother Mac from the crows led by Alexandra while drawn into a hidden magical forest. That is nonsensical.
Is it stop motion?
Yes, it looks like it at least.
Based on a novel written by the lead singer and songwriter for the Decemberists.
What?
Okay.
Huh.
And
I'll check that out, sure.
The cinematographer of this movie is a lesser-known Deschanel brother. Is he even related to the other Deschanels? He must be, because he worked on Bones. So
the siblings have to work together.
Oh, it's their dad, actually.
They're Nepo babies?
Zoe's dad. Now we know. Nepotism, am I right?
Yeah. It's rampant in Hollywood.
Rampant. But thank God, I guess, because now we got Kubo on the two strings.
Yeah.
Well, Corey,
thank
you for joining us.
Slaps thighs.
Do you have anything you want to plug at the end here?
No, I don't, but I listened to this really cool actual play, like sci-fi podcast called Error 313. I almost said 303, but that's the band. It's called Error 313, and it's an audio drama, like sci-fi kind of thing. So you should go watch that.
Very cool.
Cool.
Yeah, and you can follow me on Instagram at Corey Eliza with 2 A's at the end of Eliza and an E in Corey.
Perfect.
Awesome. Go check her out. Thank you again. CJ, what do we have?
You can follow us on all of the things at Overtalking Pod. Call or text the show at USACat1591. Go to our website, overtalkingpod.party. Type in the word Corey to find all of her previous episodes. Or email the show at overtalkingpod@gmail.com.
Oh no, they're here. Is the Overtalking Overlords, our ghastly otherworldly landlords.
Hey, you got some guitars. That's cool.
Yeah, thank you. They got the guitars, the big picks, and they look like they're stop motion animated, and they're here to remind you
the enthusiasm.
Please go on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Please
rate, review where applicable. Please do it. We spend no money in advertising, so if you like to help, please tell a friend and spread the word. We'd really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Leave us a review. Buy some Magic Mind. Overtalking Pod Jan. Thank you.
Thank you.
And as we always say at the end of every single episode,
Shamisen.
Shamisen. Bye.
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 This episode of the Overtalking Podcast was produced by Ken and CJ, edited by CJ. This week's special guest was Corey Drennon. Music by Justin Peters. Logo by Nate Richards. Check out Nate's work on Instagram at Nate Richards Designs. And don't forget to get your Magic Mind by going to magicmind.com/overtalkingpodjan and using code overtalkingpodjan at checkout to help support the show. The link is in the show notes.